back to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart nonsense. You see that reset I just did?
Yeah, he's an actor.
I'm an actor. I can go from worst mood ever to Smart Nonsense Pod like that.
That's amazing.
I just had 3 really annoying things happen. Actually, only one really annoying thing. 2 really positive things, okay? First positive thing, I'm coming home from Sweetgreen. This poor man is in a Toyota Sienna, broken down in the middle of the street, trying to push and steer the thing himself.
Oh.
I'm Superman, dude. Sorry. Park my bike. I start pushing that car with him right down the busiest street in downtown Chicago.
Wow.
That's a great feeling. We were actually pushing it so hard that he had to jump in and slam on the brakes because we were going to go over the curb.
Yes.
So there was that.
Is that all the yoga you're doing?
Actually,
bowling, actually. Dude, my forearms are lit up. Sorry.
We'll get to bowling. You know that lone nut thing? The lone peanut or something?
No.
There's my co-host. The lone, you will. It's like this dance party, no, it's not a dance party. It's a concert in San Francisco. Nobody's dancing to the DJ. Then this one guy goes up.
Well, how the fuck am I gonna know lone nut, dude? If you describe it like that,
it's
lone
called
nut.
The
I thought we were
Lone Nut.
talking about Ice Age, dude, and the fucking little chipmunk.
Anyway, that guy goes up and starts dancing, and it creates, once one person gives permission to the dance, everybody starts dancing. So that's what happened. Like, this guy was struggling. No one was helping him. I'm like, I'm Superman. I go to help him. 3 other random passerbys come to help us. That's how we started cooking so hard. We were going to go over the curb.
Oh, well, come on, dude. You can't say I'm Superman and be like, I single-handedly came and I pushed his shit over the curb. He had to jump it. There
were like
4 bodies,
4 of us.
Dude.
Yeah. 4 of us, including the driver. Man, he was excited, though, because, yeah, he looked like a deer in headlights stuck in the middle of the busiest street.
That kind of happened when I was in Chicago, and a guy jumped off the roof and landed on the AC unit.
Oh.
And we cut that episode. But I was a little too scared to go out until I saw another Superman go out. Another Superman went first, and then I felt okay. Because I thought someone was getting shot because they were howling.
Well, okay.
So
we're going to
bury
that hatchet. Wow. Yeah, I forgot that was also a lone nut. All right, but then I go in to get my coffee. I'd been riding my bike for 15 minutes. I come out, back tire's on the ground, flat tire. And I get a lot of those, so that was really annoying. Then I get to my building, and dude, this is like the most Larry David, SpongeBob-ass storyboard-driven cartoon. But this nice gentleman is holding the elevator open for me because I'm struggling with my flat tire bike. But he's got this like huge, like 3x depth backpack on. So he's holding the elevator for me, but I can't get past his huge backpack. So I'm like trying to duck under it. And he can't figure out why I'm not going in the elevator because it's behind him. So he kind of turns and like whacks me with the backpack, which sets me back out the elevator a little bit more. And I'm just like, what is, and then here we are. Welcome back to the Smart Nonsense Podcast.
Dude, Superman and fucking Ghostbusters. And
how you doing
together?
You make it in all right?
Well, no flat tire. My bike got in. Sometimes I will though, because my bike I gotta like go vertical, with it, and
in the elevator.
Try and fit in. Yeah, and it just gets it's awkward because like sometimes I'll like get in and then like someone will like brush up against the throttle and like fucking jam into the side of the elevator, and people think like they're going to die because it's like a chainsaw right next to you with the wheels spinning. So shit happens, dude. But I'm glad. Good Samaritan. That was really good. Seems like you figured out how to get into the studio, and Wi-Fi's cooking, dude. Fucking full steam ahead.
I was recording a short. We have like 6 minutes. Got anything else?
No, I got something, dude.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, I have a quick couple, but maybe we could talk about New York or something. Didn't shoot a pod, which is kind of funny. Didn't shoot an in-person pod, but I was shooting it. This is a small one. All right, this is a small one. I was shooting a couple shorts for our viral SAT YouTube, aka Future Admit, aka Krishna, aka Smart Nonsense SAT. And dude, so I read through those really fast. Super easy for me because I'm Mr. Beat. But in the middle of one of them, Krishna wrote, and she was talking about an isosceles triangle. And man, when I came across that isosceles, I couldn't get off of isosceles. I did it like 9 times.
Oh,
And so
got
like I
stuck on it,
forgot
dude.
what
Like,
I forgot what the real word
roll the
is.
Osama bin Laden Family Guy clip, dude.
What's that one?
I sent you that last night. It's Osama doing his like Death
That
to
wasn't
America
me.
take in the cave, and Osama keeps flubbing one of his words.
You will be punished for your decadent ways on the first day of Radaman. You wait a minute. Wait, did I just say what did I say? Radaman, blah, 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 blah. Ramadan.
I forget what it was.
No, that must have been one of your other Instagram DM clients.
I think it was you, but it was definitely you actually. But
No.
but hey, dude, I didn't mean to distract. Yeah, ISOSICLES, dude. I love a little ISOSICLES superhero animation coming in.
No, dude, you sent me.
I just touched the game.
You sent me a story about Christopher Walken and a Rottweiler. That's what you sent me.
That was a good story, dude. It was like, I don't.
And you sent me Benny Blanco. That was.
I'm not gonna let you gaslight me on the pod, but I did send you that.
You didn't. Oh, did you send it in Instagram? Because I don't go in there. Or Twitter? Was it on Twitter?
Might have been on Twitter. Probably
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah, I get all your social medias confused. I haven't been in Twitter yet, so I'll see it.
That's a good clip.
I was in New York. That
Yeah.
was a gym jamboree.
Yeah, you've been in New York a lot. We did get to meet up, do some work. I have some thoughts there. But just in terms of non-work related stuff, I do have a grudge. A bone to pick? Is that
Sure.
A bone? Who's picking bones? What does that even mean?
I've got a bone to pick. Yeah.
Dude, that makes
Bone
0 sense.
to pick. It's maybe like a vulture.
Picking a bone?
That's why it's an idiom, because it probably wouldn't make sense in another language. Okay, here we
It
go.
doesn't make sense in English, dude.
The phrase originates from the idea. Jamie, can you pull that up? Thanks. The phrase originates from the idea of a dog picking at a bone, which can be a metaphor for a long, drawn-out argument or disagreement. So they just keep going at it. You got a bone to pick.
That's a stretch, dude. But I got a bone to pick. So, okay, I hung out with you and your, I guess, high school friend, this guy Brendan, and apparently you guys are both professional bowlers. Why? Because froze Parcheesi. He had some custom handmade shoes he came in with, and his own ball and a little shoe shiner ball, like a fucking rag that he'd shine the thing with. So I knew I was speaking with the real deal guys because they'd go on like a Tuesday at 3 p.m. when the place is empty and bowl. Now, you've been talking some strong game recently because you're known within our friend group as the aim guy because you're not very good at games where you have to move your body. But if you're stationary and you just have something to focus in on, you're really good. Cornhole.
Darts. Bowling.
Probably a couple more. Like
Jacks.
axe throwing, I feel like you might be good at. Jacks, you're good at, dude. So, yeah, you've been talking.
Frisbee. Not
No, you
Frisbee.
think too much. Yeah, I don't know why the yips. It's just a mental thing at that point.
mental.
But so you're really good at this stuff, and you've been good at bowling. Like you will beat most of our friends in bowling, which is impressive because we're frequently above 150. And you've been talking a strong game about this newfound technique that you have, which professional bowlers do, where you curve the ball in instead of going fucking pinhead Larry right at it. You curve the ball in, which increases your chances of hitting them all down. There's some science behind it, and the angle is nicer. So now I come in seeing fucking shoe shine Brendan and you, who's been talking this sweet, sweet game for the last week about how you bowl 180s now. Dude, you come in, you were struggling to crack 100. Struggling, dude. It was a fight to the death. You were getting like 104, hugging the line so fucking hard, and you talked the strongest game for no. You basically like cut your normal score in half, or at least a third.
No,
wiped off because this stupid new technique that you're bad at.
No. Here's where you've got it all wrong. You know that adage, like you're kind of like at the top of a mountain, like you're really high up.
Tell me you got to go down to go up, dude. I get your stupid point. So you think
I see a mountain in the distance, and that mountain in the distance is like 210, 220. And the only way I can get to that mountain in the distance is going back down and going up a different path. And that different path is hooking the ball. Okay?
I'm just not convinced that's true.
Pause right there. Me and Brendan, I only learned to hook for the first time in my life like 8 games ago. On my 5th game, I bowled the highest score in my life, 185. Couldn't see my thumb.
185.
185.
Normally you'll get like 165, 170.
Yeah, but you got to go down to go up.
Dude, so I'm telling you, your average score has gone down so much. Here's my problem. All right. One, I think there's a fundamental flaw in your spinning logic. Is I don't know what score you get if you just get spares the whole game, but I bet it's pretty high. And you guys have your spinny ball, which doesn't help you get spares. I think it actually hurts you. I think you got to go spinny first and then direct second, right on the pinhead Larry. And you guys kept fucking that. So maybe it's just a small tweak. But I'm also not convinced that you can't get 210 by just fucking slinging it.
Dude, you were throwing the ball like 30 miles an hour. I've actually never seen you throw that hard. You were done after 3 games. And I could have bowled 6 because it's nice and easy. Hook it into the strike. You were bowling lefty.
You don't hook it in the strike first. I was bowling lefty, and I got 2 strikes that game. So I think actually my ambidextrous technique might be better than your bullshit fucking spinny 85 score bullshit. Sorry, dude.
Got a little negative.
Fuck.
I'll give you.
I'm really glad you're learning new skills.
You want an ISOSICLES?
But hold on, dude.
Okay, there's more.
Well, you've been frozen for past fucking 2 minutes, so I'm not even looking at anything anymore. I'm not convinced. I think I actually need to give me ISOSICLES. Let me look up what you get if you get all spares. I'll listen.
You'll listen to ISOSICLES? Well, we used to have this thing on airplanes that like you should
190 points.
All spares?
All spares.
Dude, it's not easy to get all spares. You got to sprinkle in some strikes to really get up there.
But I'm saying I could smack your score if I just dial in the fucking straight shot. Your
scores went like 160, 145, 130, 98. That was your trend.
I couldn't play hockey that night because I couldn't hold the fucking puck. They'd pass me the puck, it'd just bounce off my stick. I couldn't grip my stick. My hands were shot, dude. It's like I went rock climbing for 2 hours.
What weight ball were you using? You were slugging that bowling ball. Like the pins were exploding. 13? Wow. Yeah. So that was that.
No, you said ISOSICLES. I know you.
We used to have this principle, right? That like we would cheap out, get the absolute basic economy ticket on an airplane, smoke them out at the gate, wait everybody out, board absolutely last, and then get on the plane last when there's nobody behind you. Take any seat you want. Mm-hmm. My ISOSICLES is fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck all. I made an entire.
Fuck that, dude.
Why?
You're broke and you get an instant like extra $60 upgrade. Obviously, if you have an extra $60, just buy the upgrade.
It wasn't obvious at the time. It wasn't obvious.
Dude, I'm stressed out of my mind the whole time. We're like, dude, just wait. Like that person might be getting in the line, and we don't want to get in, and they come in behind us, and it's awkward.
I think this is what the ISOSICLES is. I made an entire YouTube video about this back in the day, and I thought it was like a principle I was going to live by for the rest of my life. You should always board an airplane last. That's the ISOSICLES.
Be a frog is the type of videos you're making, dude. You're not gonna live. How many cold showers did you fucking do, dude?
Haven't taken one since. That's an ISOSICLES.
Stupid ISOSICLES. No, that's bullshit, dude. There's no way you thought you were gonna do that the rest of your life. You have family. You're gonna be telling your whole family. No, wait. We board last.
I would. I'd be with Athena. I'd be like, we got to wait this out. We're gonna board last. Get a whole.
That's
row.
why.
Every plane's full.
I
want to board first. I want to be in my seat on my phone as fast as possible.
Yeah, nothing is. You're on the plane. It's like what you're waiting. Like imagine you're like a ferry going across to the new world, and you're just waiting to see if you can be the last one to board before they close the fucking gate. It's like why add that stress into your life just because you want like a exit row? Get out of here,
they'd be final calling me over the intercom. Can we have?
You just make an eye contact with them?
Yeah, I'm standing right there. I'm like, am I? I'd go up to, and then I talk to him. I'm like, am I the last person on the plane? And they're like, no, there's like 2 more. And I'm like, well, then I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna keep waiting. And they're like, well, but if we close the door, the plane leaves. There's no takesies, backsies. And I'm like,
dude.
Well, that's a chance I'm willing to take. So
that's why people need God, dude. Because God, what he gives you is defined set of rules and principles to live by. And you follow those, they're time tested. Because that's not, your bullshit's not time tested. It couldn't last 2 years. You start making money right out the gate, right out the door. Something, window? I don't know what exit, but something.
Right out the emergency
I'm the same
exit
way,
row.
I actually think I don't believe anything I believed 5 years ago. Like what have you changed your mind on? How about everything, dude? Last night I texted my friends. I'm like, dude, I think I was all wrong about girls. Like
what?
Fuck, dude.
We don't have time to get into that.
No, I want to talk about Brain Blast.
We have 1.5 minutes.
Do we? Oh, we have a call.
Gardaloo!
Dude, what? That's crazy. Talked about nothing on my list.